Well, we like to welcome you to what is a huge game here today between these two NFC North rivals, as it is the final week of the regular season. Playoff spots are on the line, division titles are on the line in this matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Well, there are a lot of scenarios to go through, so let's quickly go through them as you look at the playoff picture. For the Chicago Bears, if they win this game, they will officially clinch a playoff spot, but if they lose, they could be eliminated. If either the Rams or the Lions win, the Bears can also still win the division if they win and the Packers lose to the Lions. Meanwhile, for the Minnesota Vikings, they can also win the division if they win this game and the Packers lose. Minnesota can also technically not make the playoffs if they lose and a bunch of other stuff happens. That is very unlikely, as they would most likely win a tiebreaker with a fairly good strength of victory. So a big game here between the Bears and the Vikings. And we're ready to kick off this huge battle between the Bears and the Vikings. Minnesota Vikings will get the football first at their own 37-yard line. First down for Minnesota. They will start the game with an incompletion as the Bears' pass rush was all over the Vikings quarterback. It was also good coverage down the field. 2nd and 10, the pass to the right side of the field is complete, but tackled shy of the first down. So an early third down situation here for the Minnesota Vikings. 3rd down and 2. They look to throw, and it is caught for the first down past midfield, and you'll get 9 yards. It would have been kind of embarrassing for Minnesota to start the game with a 3 and out, but they do avoid that, and they get the first down. No gain on the play. These two teams played each other all the way back in week 1, and the Bears won that game. The Vikings looking for their revenge. 2nd down, the pass over the middle is incomplete. The Bears defense off to a really good start in this game, as they've been all over the Vikings quarterback. 3rd down, the pass is caught for the first down, past the 30, still going, and a 21-yard gain. Another big 3rd down conversion for Minnesota. That's their second one already of the game. Pressure is coming and has to throw the football away. My goodness, the Bears' defensive line totally dominated the Vikings' offensive line so far, as pressure again gets rid of it, and it's caught for the first down, still going, and brought down at the 3. A 21-yard gain to set up 1st and goal. My goodness, what a crazy start to this game. But right now, the Bears' defensive line is totally dominating the Vikings' offensive line. That run goes for no yards. 2nd down and goal. Towards the end zone. Got it. Touchdown. And the Vikings strike first. Jeez, what a throw by the Vikings quarterback. This was such a tight window throw, as it was right on the money, able to connect with his receiver, and then for the touchdown, and the Vikings strike first in this game. And the extra point is good. So the Vikings off to an early 7-0 lead in this game. Now let's see how the Bears can respond. The Chicago Bears started the season 4-0, but now they have a 5-4 record and really need to win this game, or else they will most likely not make the playoffs, as this pass will be a little bit low, incomplete. Yeah, the Bears have definitely had a rough stretch in the second half of the season. But if they win this game, they can make the playoffs and heck, even win the division. And he's in the clear past midfield. There he goes. Can they catch him? Inside the 30. And brought down at the 25-yard line, a gain of 43 yards. A big play for the Chicago Bears offensively. So the Vikings are bringing pressure. Quarterback barely able to get rid of the football. My goodness, how about both these pass rushes harassing the quarterbacks early in this game? See yards after catching that play all the way to 25-yard line. So at the first down for the Bears, he looks to throw, and it is complete. There's a nice move. There's a nice block still going inside the 10, and brought down at the 6 with a gain of 19 yards. 1st and goal. The Bears are trying to tie the game. Here is a pass to the right side of the field, deflected and intercepted. And a fortunate bounce for the Vikings. Oh my goodness, it looked like the ball was kicked off of the foot of the Bears receiver. See, it went off his foot or maybe his thigh, hard to tell, but the Vikings defender in the right place at the right time to catch the ball off of the deflection. And the Vikings get a fortunate bounce early in this one. So Minnesota will take over and a chance to add on to their lead. And this run is a nice run that will go for 8 yards, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. The Minnesota Vikings off to a hot start. All right, so 2nd and 2 for the Vikings. He will wait, he will fire, he will complete it, he will pick up a first down and pick up 10 yards. Yeah, the Vikings have a chance to make this a very long drive because they started inside their own 5-yard line. So they have a chance to really hold on to the football for a very long time and keep the Bears' offense off the field. 2nd down and 5 after a 5-yard run. Here's the pass to the running back and about a couple inches short of the first down. So it will be a 3rd down situation here for Minnesota. 3rd and inches. And I don't know if he got it. It will depend on the spot. And he barely got the first down. My goodness. Wow, I mean, the Bears defense was all over the running back on that play. But luckily, barely able to get the first down. My goodness, that was close. Can be a game of inches sometimes. As we saw right there, 2nd down and 8. The pass is complete. It's a first down. Pass midfield. And picking up 17 yards. Yeah, the Bears off to a rough start in this game. Again, that interception could be really costly for the Bears, especially if they concede here again. And he's already inside the 30. There he goes, being chased, running down the sideline, and taking it all the way to the 14-yard line. Yeah, the Bears are in real trouble here early in this game. As you see right there, running down the sideline. You see the Bears defenders chasing from behind. Finally able to catch him at the 14-yard line. First down for Minnesota. They're trying to add on to their lead. The shot to the end zone. Got it. Touchdown. What a throw and catch. And they're able to connect 4-6. Wow, what a throw. What a dime of a throw that was. You see the high arcing pass. Able to throw it in the breadbasket. Right into the receiver's hands. And a beautiful throw that was for the touchdown. And the Vikings off to a really good start here in this game. 13-0 in favor of Minnesota as the extra point is good. And now the Bears desperately need a score here at the end of the first half. They will get the ball to start the second half, so obviously they're still not out of this game yet. But they are definitely going to need a score eventually, as this pass was risky, but he gets there for the first down into Vikings territory, inside the 40, and a 23-yard gain. Let's see if the Bears can drive down the field again. On the last drive, the Bears offense were able to drive down the field, but then they threw the red zone interception. This pass is complete. That will go for 7 yards to the 30-yard line. 2nd down and 3. Here is the toss, and nowhere to go, only getting about a half a yard. And it's going to be 3rd down and 2 for the Bears. The quick pass is complete for the first down. There he goes, inside the 20. A missed tackle. Can he take it all the way? No. Brought down at the 1-yard line. Bears a little slow there, calling their timeout. But anyway, good catch right there. Gets a nice block by his fellow teammate. And able to take it to the 1-yard line. And obviously the Bears are going to try to go for the touchdown here. Still 9 seconds to go, so probably 2 plays left in this first half. They do have a timeout. They will run the ball, and he will get in. Touchdown, Chicago. A big score for the Chicago Bears. He's able just to sneak his way in. It's back to a 1-score game. The Bears do get the ball to start the second half, so obviously Chicago still on this game. And the extra point is good, 14-7. A huge score for the Bears before halftime. Really is, because if they're down 14-0, it just would have been such a tough ask to come back from. But now it's a 1-score game, and they do get the ball to start the second half. So hopefully they don't allow a touchdown here when they don't. So the Bears obviously not out of this game yet. We'll see what happens in the second half. It's an entertaining game between the Vikings and the Bears. All right, we begin the second half. Chicago will start this drive at their own 28-yard line. First down for the Bears. As the pass to the right side of the field is complete, he bounces off of a defender and picking up 14 yards. See the scores of the other games on the bottom of your screen. First down, here comes the pressure, gets rid of it, and it's picked off. The second interception of the game. And the Vikings will take over in Bears territory. Yeah, the Vikings able to get after the quarterback once again. The Vikings defense, for the most part, have been really good in this game, completely shutting down the Bears offense. And they come away with another takeaway. Now they have a chance to add on to their lead once again. My goodness, the Vikings defense coming up with some huge plays here in this game. So now the Vikings will take over. See if the Bears can stop the Vikings here. And this run, still going. What a stiff arm. And a first down as he got by 3 defenders right there. My goodness, what a play right there by the Vikings. No gain on that play. Second down and 10. And the Vikings trying to win the division. The Bears just trying to make the playoffs. There's a nice move. Still going inside the 20. And brought down at the 15-yard line with a gain of 22 yards. Yeah, the Bears are in big trouble here. They need to make sure the Vikings don't get into the end zone here. Uh-oh. Going deep and incomplete. Just off of the receiver's back. Yeah, the throw was just a little bit behind him. That is unfortunate for Minnesota. This pass is caught inside the 5. Can he get in? No, he's brought down at the half-yard line, but it is enough for a first down. As the Vikings trying to add on to their lead, and he stonewalled at the line of scrimmage, losing a yard. So they will try again on second and goal. They will run the ball again, and they lose 2 yards. What a goal line stand this is so far for the Bears, but can they do it again on third and goal? He looks to throw, pressure's coming, gets rid of it, end zone wide open, touchdown! And the Vikings add on to their lead. Big touchdown for the Vikings. And my goodness, he's wide open. The Bears decide to blitz, which probably would have worked if they ran the ball, but they throw it. Able to find a wide open receiver for the touchdown, and now the Bears are in massive trouble. Down by 2 scores with 4 minutes to go as the extra point goes through the uprights, 21-7. And the Bears are in desperation mode, and they get poor field position to start this drive, so that's unfortunate. As they will throw it, and geez, that was close. Well covered by the Vikings. Yeah, could have been picked off. Luckily, it was a good throw. But if that throw was just even a little bit off, I think that would have gotten intercepted. Second and inches. There's a tackle for loss. Third down. Bears trying to avoid going 3 and out here. As he fires towards the sideline. What a throw and catch for the first down. Still going. And a big play to keep the drive alive for the Chicago Bears. Big play indeed. The Bears need to score in a hurry to stay alive here. Pressure and taken down for the sack. Yeah, that's a big sack right there. Second down and 16. Here's the pass. Watch out, it's intercepted for the 3rd time in this game. Oh my goodness, the Bears quarterback once again throwing an interception, but you have to give credit to this Vikings defense. They have been spectacular in this game, and they force another interception. And it's starting to look like the Vikings are on their way to winning this game. So that will take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. The Vikings with a 2-score lead, and they have the ball. All right, we start the 4th quarter. The Vikings, at this point, can just run out the clock. And this run will go for 6 yards. You see the scores of the other games on the bottom of your screen. At this point, if the Bears do lose, they're going to have to hope that the Rams and the Lions both lose. And this play will go for a first down. And meanwhile, for the Vikings, they're hoping that the Packers lose so that the Vikings can be crowned as NFC North champions. All right, that play will go for a yard. Second down and 9. Here is the run. For the most part, the Bears' defense actually hasn't been horrible in this game. The issue is that the Vikings have obviously gotten the 3 interceptions, and they've had pretty excellent field position to start most drives. Third down, the pass over the middle is complete for the first down, and the Vikings can continue to milk this clock. As they're inching their way closer towards the end zone, they look to throw, and it is caught inside the 5 and into the end zone for the touchdown. And that might be the knockout punch on this game. Yeah, it's certainly as I think the Bears were expecting a run, but the Vikings catch them off guard. They pass it, and then for the touchdown, and now the Vikings are up by 3 scores. My goodness. And the extra point is good, 28-7. And for the Bears, it's not looking good for them. No, it's not. The Bears started the season 4-0, and now it's starting to look like that they're going to miss the postseason. My goodness. And it's really going to be viewed as a collapse for the Chicago Bears. It really is. I mean, only winning one game in the last 6 games of the season, and that was against a struggling New York Giants team, and they only won that game by 1 score, so going to be very disappointing for the Chicago Bears. Pass falls incomplete, second down and 10, as he fires, and it is caught for the first down, and he will take it past midfield. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they're hoping that the Packers lose. It's a very competitive game right now between the Lions and the Packers, as this pass is complete. He will barely get enough for the first down. So we are now under 50 seconds to go. The Bears not really taking deep shots down the field. At this point, they're kind of waving the white flag, as they know they're going to lose this game. This pass will be incomplete. Receiver unable to make the catch. Third down and 11. Pressure and sacked. And my goodness, the Bears offense has really struggled in this game. Yeah, the Vikings pass rush have been really good in this game, and really the entire defense for the Minnesota Vikings. Sacked again! And the Bears will turn it over on downs. And the Vikings, at this point, can just run out the clock. The Minnesota Vikings are going to defeat the Chicago Bears by a score of 28-7. As we hope you guys enjoyed the game. The clock hits triple zeros. The game comes to an end. Let's now take you out to the conclusion of the game between the Lions and the Packers. They will start this drive with excellent field position at their own 41-yard line. First down for the Packers. Here's the pass over the middle. It is complete. And it is a first down. Picking up 18 yards. They're already marching down the field. See if the Lions defense have already forced an interception in this game. Can they force another one to officially win the game? Packers will take this to the 30-yard line. Under a minute to go. First down. The Packers will run the ball. And this run will go for 6 yards. Under 40 seconds to go. Second and 4. He fires and it's intercepted! And a huge interception from the Lions defense. And that should seal the deal. Oh, the Packers quarterback threw into double coverage, heck, even triple coverage. Just a poor decision. Such a risky pass. And that's going to cost the Packers the game. Very unfortunate. They played such a good game offensively. Unfortunately, the Green Bay Packers are going to come up just short here to the Detroit Lions. How unfortunate. It's going to be an annoying loss from a Packers perspective. Lions will get the win here. And this run will go for 3 yards. At this point, the Lions can just run out the clock. Third down and 6. And he will take it. They didn't get the first down, but it doesn't matter. The Detroit Lions get their revenge on the Green Bay Packers. And with this win, the Lions also got help. As the Bears and the Rams both lost, the Detroit Lions are heading to the playoffs. Lots of offense in this game. Almost broke the record for the highest scoring game, but not quite. It still belongs to when the Lions and the Packers played each other back in week 7. And now let's take a look at the final playoff picture. How about the Lions? They sneak into the playoffs as all of the results went their way. They won, and both the Rams and the Bears lost. The reward, the Minnesota Vikings, who they have defeated this season, but they also lost to them this season, so they are 1-1 against them. The Vikings won against the Bears, so they won the division because the Packers also lost. So the Lions and the Vikings will be the 7-2 matchup. The Packers drop down to a 6 seed because of that loss. They will face the Philadelphia Eagles. That's a very tough match for the Green Bay Packers. Both the Packers and the Eagles got off to rough starts this season. They did play each other earlier in the season, and the Packers did win that one, so the Eagles will be looking for revenge in that one. And then the 5-4 matchup will be the 49ers with a 7-2-1 record taking on the 6-4 New Orleans Saints. Even though the Saints are the higher seed, the 49ers will be the favorites in that one. Saints losing to the Panthers, and now they get a tough draw. They do, but they did defeat San Francisco already this season, so we'll see if they're able to do it again. But yeah, these playoff matchups look very exciting. I think the one I'm most intrigued about is the Packers-Eagles game. That should be an outstanding game. Two of the hottest teams in Retro Bowl, even though the Packers did lose to Detroit. Yeah, because before that loss, the Packers had won 5 in a row. So that should be a fun matchup. All right, the wildcard round is officially set. Hope you guys tune in to those games next week. We thank you for watching. As we say so long, hope you guys enjoyed all of the action here today. As in this one, the Detroit Lions get into the playoffs. They earn the final wildcard spot with a victory over the Green Bay Packers by a score of 42-35.